My name is Paul Everitt. I'm the manager of Millfield Arts Centre. The theatre was built in 1988, and it was the first theatre to be built in London after the National Theatre. It was built at a time when other theatres were in crisis and theatres were closing, and London Borough of Enfield built Millfield Arts Centre. It was very unique, and it was very unique for a local authority to do that. 5 years later, the National Lottery came along and theatres were being built all over the country. But Millfield was built at a time when actually theatres were closing. So it was quite an extraordinary thing for London Borough of Enfield to do. Local authorities are about providing services for local people. This local community wouldn't have a theatre if it wasn't supported by its local authority, because it's situated in one of the top 10 most deprived areas of the UK. It doesn't have those traditional theatre goers that you would have in Hampstead, say, or it's people who would pay huge prices for their tickets. So without that support of the local authority, it just wouldn't be here. The profile here is much more working class than you would get in most other theatres in London, and our audience is very local. When we look at the demographics, it's from our local area of Edmonton and Enfield and the north part of Tottenham. In another venue, I would be called the artistic director. I decide the artistic programme. I trained at a theatre called Theatre Stratford East, and I was the PA to Philip Headley, incredible man, and I learned everything that I know now from him. And since then, I built a new theatre in Lichfield, the Lichfield Garrick. And I was then brought here 2.5 years ago to do the refurbishment and the development here, because we've just newly refurbished the theatre, and that opened in October 2009, and we're now refurbishing. We've got a Grade 2 listed house here, which was once part of a workhouse, which we're now refurbishing. Now we don't have any queues at intervals, and it's comfortable for our audience. And we also refurbished the side of the auditorium, gave it new seats and a new lighting rig and things like that. So it's a much more high quality experience for our customers. The pantomime, it's our biggest access programme. Families come to the pantomime. People who've just become parents are probably coming back to the theatre for the first time in years, and for their children it's the first time they ever experience the theatre. So in pantomime we're investing in our future. Those audiences are going to become audiences, bring their own children when they're older. And it's also, our panto reflects our local community. We cast it so it reflects our local community. And it's good old-fashioned entertainment. It's a good night out. And the audience just leave happy. It's our big Christmas present to our community. I'd just like to say to all the people who live in Enfield, Haringey and Walthamstow, if you haven't been here, come and check us out, because there will be someone here that you want to come and see, and you'll have the best time.